Hello, my name is Leo and welcome to a new day of the Elder Scrolls Arena. It is now the 23rd of Sun's Dawn and we're just about to arrive on Iron Vale. Wait, when do we actually arrive in Iron Vale? The 25th? I should probably check that. Yeah, should probably maybe have a look at the previous episode to make sure that I know what day I'm actually arriving in Iron Vale so that I actually arrive in Iron Vale. Yeah, do that. Anyway, what's been happening? Well, not a lot. I had sushi yesterday again. Well, for the first time since I got back, and I had a whole ton of sushi. The sushi place, I think I've talked about this one already. It's really cheap. It's like 75 cents for a plate of like 2 sushi. And every now and again they have this like little roulette wheel that comes up and you can, win something. And I got the jackpot. Yeah. It's awesome. I'm so highly skilled at video games that I got 3 plates free. So basically, they just take away 3 of your plates of sushi, and you don't have to pay for those ones, and you get them for free. It's awesome. I ate about, bro, 10, 11 plates of sushi, something like that. So that's approximately, what, 20, 22, 23. Let's round it up to 24 pieces of sushi, including the little small maki sushi, which is like the little tiny rolled sushi. Yeah, I had about that, and the waifu had about 7 or 6 plates, something like that, plus a soup, and all up that cost about $15. You think about that, that's pretty darn good. That's a lot of sushi for $15. Um, yeah, of course, that includes the 3 plates that we got for free, but even without that, it's still pretty darn cheap compared to, say, if you were to buy that amount of sushi in Australia, that'd cost you maybe $60 if you're lucky, maybe. Yeah, it's not cheap. It's pretty expensive, so that's good. Now, one thing that I haven't really experienced it since I've come back to Japan, and which is a good thing. But last time I was here in Japan, I noticed something. I don't know if it was the food or if it was the water or what it was, but I seemed to be. Well, apparently, I'm Johnny Sasaki, right? So I don't know what it was. Perfectly fine when I'm in Australia. I came here and I started, eating fish and whatever else that I ate. I can't even remember what I ate now. And I'd turn into Johnny Sasaki and oh god, oh my stomach, and then I'd, spend 5 hours in the bathroom. And that would be like on a day-to-day basis. It got so bad that if I was working, if I had to go to work, I would not eat anything all day until after I finished work. Because if I ate even like the tiniest little thing, like in the middle of my working, and I can't really afford to take, toilet breaks while I'm working, I'd have to run away and go to the toilet, and it was a real pain in the butt. Thankfully, though, this time around, pretty good. Maybe that's just leftover from Australia, but, I'm pretty sure anything that was in my system from Australia has already exited my body, so we'll see how we go. I mean, I had a big buttload of sushi and a few different types of sushi, a couple of exotic ones. So I guess we'll just have to see what today holds. But I'm pretty confident that so far we're doing good. So now we know how Johnny Sasaki feels. I feel I have Johnny Sasaki, a long-running gag from the Metal Gear series, well, specifically the Metal Gear Solid series, and he's always been a bit of comic relief. Everyone's laughed at him because oh my stomach, diarrhea, blah blah blah. But now I feel, wow man, that guy had a rough trip, because especially when you consider what happened to him in 4. Because in one, well, he was a genome soldier, right? In Metal Gear Solid 1. Was he genome? He was a genome soldier, yeah. And at least I think he was. Anyway, yeah. So he gets beaten the hell up by Meryl, right? At the near beginning of the first game, and she steals all his clothes, right? And he's like face down, butt to the heavens, naked, for who knows how long, however long he was unconscious for. And then you see him again about midway through the game after Snake's been captured and is being tortured. And he comments on how she stole his clothes, and you know that's how you know it's the same guy. Now we don't know the guy's name is Johnny Sasaki at this point, although I think his name was Johnny in the credits or something, because Sasaki is the name of was it the military advisor? No, it was the mocap guy or the weapons expert. One of the guys that helped on the game. His name is Sasaki, so they named the character Johnny Sasaki after him. So it was just I think his name was in the credits somewhere. They never referenced his name at all in the actual game. So you kind of felt sorry for this guy. You know, he got all his clothes stolen. We're in the middle of like, well, not in the middle. It's like northern Alaska, out in the middle of nowhere in the ocean. So you know, you got a bad cold, and you know, natural that you'd have some pretty bad stomach pains, and get some pretty bad diarrhea. So that's just legitimate. You feel sorry for the guy. Then in Metal Gear Solid 2, that's where it gets a little bit ridiculous. Well, now some people might have never even known about this because it's not something you find out unless you actually point the directional microphone in the right direction. Most people probably know. So there's a scene in Metal Gear Solid 2 where you meet up with Richard Ames. So you find Richard Ames in all the hostages. He gives you a directional microphone. No, sorry, you've already got a directional microphone, yeah. And he tells you to listen to the conversation between Solidus and Revolver Ocelot. And you can do that. You can point it at them and you can listen to their conversation. Now, during that scene, instead of listening to their conversation, if you point your directional microphone all the way to the left, there's a door, like just next to where the wall is, to the left of the wall, there's a door. Presumably this is a bathroom, because when you point the thing out of it, you hear some guy who's talking about how he's got bad stomach pains and he's pooping all over the place and it's really terrible and it's just like that time in Alaska. Boom. Okay, so it's Johnny Sasaki again. So he's got stomach pains again. Jeez, man. And he's joined up with the friggin' the Galukovich soldiers. Why? I don't know. Well, you know, I think the reason for that was that the genome soldiers after the events of 1, they had a partnership with Galukovich, and maybe he just took all the genome soldiers and, you know, rebranded them his own. I guess that's how it works. I don't know. I didn't know the first thing about. I don't know a lot about the law, that part of the law. But anyway, whatever. Now, in Metal Gear Solid 3, this isn't Johnny Sasaki, but in Metal Gear Solid 3, which of course takes place before all this, and is about Big Boss instead of Solid Snake, you get captured again, and your prison guard is, I don't remember what his name was. Was it Jack? I think no, his name was Johnny. Was it? Yeah, his because all of the firstborn sons in his family are called Johnny. Because reasons. Right? So, yeah, so you meet up with him, and he's got some... Did he have bad stomach pain? I don't remember. Well, you give him bad stomach pain. You give him like a rotted, like, rat, and he gets bad stomach pain for legitimate reasons, and then you find a way to break out of the prison. right? And then you know, you go on your merry way, which that was much harder than the first game when you get captured, because at that point you've got no weapons, and you've got to basically, well, you get your weapons, but after like a very long sequence. 2 had that sort of as well, but it was a fairly short sequence and it was fairly systematic. In the first one, you get your stuff straight away after you get out of that room, so it's not even a point. So okay, and then the guy from 3 was the father of the Johnny Sasaki that we know. Now in 4, this is where it gets, his diarrhea is explained a little more clearly. Now we don't know if this is retroactive to the previous games, but basically the first time you meet him, he's pooping in a drum, like a metal drum, which Snake later uses instead of a box, which is kind of gross. But anyway, and throughout the whole game, you know, either he poops his pants at one point, and through the whole game, you know, he's again this kind of tired running gag of the fact that he's, you know, constantly got diarrhea. But then at the end of the game, spoilers, we find out that the whole reason why he had the diarrhea was he always ducked out of the shots for the nanomachines. He doesn't actually have any nanomachines in him. So he doesn't actually have SOP, he doesn't have the you know, the suppressing nanomachines that is supposed to suppress things like, you know, stomach pains and regulate your body and stuff like that. And that's why he was always like that, because he hated needles, which is a really stupid explanation as to why he wouldn't do it. But, you know, you kind of feel sorry for the poor guy, because all these people have been making fun of him because they thought he was just a loser. But in actual fact, the poor guy has been, you know, just completely, his body has been ravaged because of, you know, he's been eating this food that's not really good for him. And it would be perfectly fine for him if he had the nanomachines, but he didn't have the nanomachines. Now, I don't know if that's retroactive, because, you know, at the point of Metal Gear Solid 4, you know, people are using the nanomachines. People have, what is it? The SOP stuff. I don't think that was available in Metal Gear Solid 2 or 1. I'm thinking about 1. I remember Naomi Hunter said something about, well, Snake says, thanks to your suit and your shot, blah 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 blah. And then Naomi clarifies that it's an anti-freezing peptide, because she gives him a needle in like the briefing or whatever, and it's designed to prevent hypothermia. No. The suit was designed to prevent hypothermia. No, that's right. Yeah. And then she says it's an anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it. And then Snake says, "Oh, glad to hear that. Already tested, huh?" But that was an anti-freezing peptide. Now, guess what? Sasaki, we know that Sasaki, as of 4, Sasaki hates needles, so he probably didn't have the peptide. So that's probably why he got so sick in the first game. I don't think the genome soldiers were using nanomachines. Were they? Because the DARPA chief was fitted with the same GPS tracking nanomachines as you. Because Naomi said that. Or did Mei Ling say that? Someone said that. The genome soldiers, because they have highly developed senses of hearing and vision due to their genome therapy. Make sure you don't let them see you. I'm just quoting random bits from the game now. But that was just because of gene therapy. That had nothing to do with nanomachines. I don't think they had nanomachines. Did Snake even have nanomachines? Yeah. He had the nanomachines that Naomi gave him in the needle. Right in the beginning, in the first, in the mission. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Which was also a conduit for Foxstar. Yes, you're right. Goes you, Naomi Hunter. Well, in the end, she actually helped you out. I guess. Whatever. So the moral of the story is, getting back to me, yeah, I was feeling a lot like Johnny Sasaki, like almost every day, and it was a real pain in the butt, literally and figuratively. But so far been pretty good, so fingers crossed we'll continue like that. But anyway, enough about Johnny Sasaki and my butt. When we get back, we should still be fast traveling. I better check that. I'm pretty sure we arrive on the 25th, but I'll just double check that. And I think no, I know we arrive on Friday. Yeah, I remember that. We arrive on Friday or Saturday, depending on how things turn out. Okay, so if today is Thursday, then we should arrive tomorrow. Okay, well that's good thing that I remembered that. So I'll probably forget it tomorrow when I'm actually making the next video. But whatever, that's fine. Alright, so when we come back, hopefully we will have arrived. Otherwise, I'll find something else to talk about and we'll do something on Saturday. But for now, my name is Leo and I'll see you next time.